गौरी सुताय ॐ नमो गौरी सुताय ॐ नमो साईनाथ भगवान हे विश्वनाथ हे गौरीनाथ हे दया करो दया करो दया करो भगवान
साईश्वरी रक्ष करो साईश्वरी
रक्ष करो सब सुख शांति समाई रे साई
कोटि प्रणाम तेरे चरणों में साई मेरा कोटि प्रणाम मुझे शक्ति दो मेरे साई शिवा मुझे शक्ति दो मेरे साई शिवा मुझे शक्ति दो मेरे साई नारायण गोविंद माधवा साई नारायण गोविंद केशवा साई नारायण गोविंद माधवा
द्यौ शान्तिः अंतरिक्ष शान्तिः पृथ्वी शान्तिः आपः शान्तिः ओषधिः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिः विश्वे देवा शान्तिः ब्रह्म शान्तिः सर्वं शान्तिः शान्तिरेव शान्तिः सा मा शान्तिरेधि शान्तिः 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 Let there be peace in the space, in the sky, in the heavens, in the earth. Let there be peace in the vegetation, in all the gods in all the worlds, in Brahma, in everything. Let there be peace in peace itself. Let me also live in that peace. Let there be peace at the physical, at the mental, at the spiritual level, in all. Dear embodiments of supreme peace, man is eternally in search of supreme peace. In one moment, man is at peace, but in another moment, he loses it. Without knowing what is this nature, what are the qualities, what is the kind of peace that he is looking for, he puts efforts in vain. Having gained what one aspires for, having fulfilled yet another desire, having attained yet another place or a position, probably gives him some sukha, that is pleasure, and shanti, peace, for a while. However, when another desire raises its hood, when another ambition or aspiration emanates from within, this peace which has been thus attained disappears without a trace. Thus, the hide and seek goes on between man and the peace that he seeks. Without knowing where is this peace available in its true form, that peace which will remain eternal, which is of the highest kind, which will not go once it comes, man unaware runs hither thither to gain it. Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta, Nirmala Swarupinam. This is the quality of that peace which when comes never leaves. Nitya, ever. Shuddha is the purest. Buddha, it is awareness. Mukta, it is free. Finally, Nirmala Swarupinam, it is without any contamination, any impurities. Such a peace that is eternal, that is all aware, full of prajnana, that is pure, without any blemishness, which is free, which is of the unmaligned kinds, completely uncontaminated, sublime. Such is the peace that once it comes, never leaves. I want peace, I want peace. So pray the devotees. I want peace. I tell them, remove I, remove want, you have peace. I, anaga means about me. It is about selfishness, it is about your ego, which is represented by this I letter. Want, these are desires for one's own selfish gains that keep coming and going like the waves on the surface of the ocean. The moment we remove this sense of ego, selfishness, and our desires for our selfish gains, what remains with you is peace. Thus, peace is the supreme nature of every being. It is one's birthright, and nobody should be able to take it away from you. However, it is man himself who is the cause of destruction of his own peace. It is his own ego, it is his own attachments which do not allow himself to be at peace. And as you have heard, world is merely reflection, reaction and resound. Such a man who is not at peace, who has lost his peace, will not find peace outside as well. Because the world becomes a reflection of his own inner nature, his own inner experience. Such a person who dwells in the supreme unchangeable peace, divine peace, even if everything is falling apart around him, will still remain in peace. Like the tortoise which withdraws its limbs and takes shelter in its own skin, likewise, this person will be able to withdraw his mind and senses from all the vicissitudes of the ephemeral world and draw himself into his inner core of peace and thus remain at peace. Otherwise, even in the most luxurious palaces, even on the most comfortable beds, even in golden plates with silver spoons, one will not find peace. Such a person who is so full of attachment and ego will not find peace within and will not find peace without. He in fact would also be the reason for destruction of the peace of others who are around. Thus, what you can attain here in an ashrama, in the company of the noble people, in satsanga, is merely this much. You can remove the I. This company of good people will help you remove the wants, and what remains, which is already your property, is peace, which is restored to you by your own efforts. Such a person who is pure, who is aware, who is free from all kinds of bondages and attachments, who is always dwelling in this state of changeless peace, will bring peace to all others also who are around. My dear students and devotees, today the world is in pieces, not in peace. It is this sense of selfishness, attachments and ego in men and women that is causing ruin to this beautiful earth, to this beautiful world which has been created in the reflection of God. Had it not been for the selfishness and the narrow-mindedness of men, this earth will be verily heaven, and all the indwellers of this beautiful world will be always having happiness, contentment, peace and joy. The world is designed in such a way that at one point of time, if you experience gain, another point of time you must experience a loss. If at one point of time you experience pleasure, at another point in time you will experience pain. This is the duality with which this world has been created. This changing world will bring changing emotions to those who are dependent on this world. But the one who depends on one's own self, who depends on the divinity and has that confidence in one's own divinity, will not be affected by the changing world outside. Look at the bird which sits peacefully on the branch of a tree which swings in the wind. If you and I sit on the branch and the branch starts shaking in the breeze, we will be afraid and will lose our peace immediately. But look at the bird, peacefully, with contentment, joyfully it sits on top of that swinging branch without any fear whatsoever. What makes that possible for the bird and not for us? Because the bird is not dependent on the branch of the tree for its existence or survival. It depends on its own wings and knows well that it can take to its wings and fly away in case there is a danger. Therefore, only those who have broken the shackles of narrow-minded selfishness, withdrawn themselves into the supreme peace of the self that lies within, will not be affected by the changes in the world and the relations and all that which keeps changing outside. Such as sthita prajna, the man with equanimity of mind, will not lose his peace come what may. Sthita prajna ka bhasha. What is the way of a sthita prajna? A question is asked. Shanti is the bhasha of a sthita prajna. He is always at peace. He is never affected by anything. That is the nature of a sthita prajna. Such a person can find his equanimity, can find his peace only, as Narasimhamurthy said, by surrendering oneself to one's own divine self. He knows well that whatever happens, whether pleasurable or painful, whether that brings you good name or brings you ridicule, whether it is a loss or a gain, he is unaffected by any of these, for he knows well that it is God who has done whatever he is being done. Such a person is always happy, always at peace, and also brings happiness and peace to everyone else around. Today, we all say Happy New Year to each other as customary greeting on this day. How are we going to be happy? How are we going to be peaceful? How are we going to be contented this new year also must be told to the people when you are greeting them. Unless you teach the others how to be happy in a new year will become old year soon and another year will arrive, yet happy part of it will not be fulfilled. Only when man is merged with God, lives in God, breathes God, acts God, walks God, talks God, only in that situation a man can be truly happy, and not only this year, another year, centuries together, whatever may be the time or situation or place, he can continue to be happy. Such a person will bring happiness to himself and to all around, all throughout the year and years to come. So let us not worry too much about the new and the year part of the greeting. Let us pay our attention to the happy part of this greeting. For any moment that is new now will become old a while later. A year that is new now will become old as months later. But happy is that part which will remain constant, which will remain the same if once we attain that. Therefore, yes, we must pray that the whole world should be happy, but we must also teach the world how to be happy. Not merely that, we must help others practice how to be happy and thereby truly make this greeting find its fulfillment. If a teacher merely wishes the student that may you be a good student full of knowledge, that is not enough. This prayer, this wish must be accompanied by efforts to that extent to teach the child, help him learn and thereby become knowledgeable. Doctor merely wishing the patient, may you be healthy and happy, is not going to work unless the doctor has put his effort of treating the patient, providing the right kind of medicines and helping the patient follow the instructions. Likewise, I simply do not wish to say Happy New Year like parrot. But I rather want to teach you how to really make this new year happy, how to remain happy in this new year and the years that follow. Shantingi binchina sukhamu ledu. There is no greater happiness than being at peace all the time. Therefore, only when you learn how to be at peace, which is by removing the I, by removing the want, then you can really have happiness in your life. You can remain happy all the time. Therefore, on this day, as a mark of the beginning of yet another time gifted to us by God Himself, let us pledge to become more selfless, more detached, and thereby develop the peace within that comes and stays, does not go, and also helps others stay at peace and enjoy this happiness. Our present is called present, that is a gift. Give present to our friends on their birthdays or on special occasions. Likewise, this present is omnipresent. This is a gift given by God to us today. Out of His immense love and compassion, and more importantly, His trust and hope on us, He has gifted yet another moment, yet another hour, yet another day or a year. If you give a present or a gift to one of your friends out of great love and affection, and if the friend throws it away without using it, how would you feel? Likewise, this moment, this time, this day, this year, which has been gifted to us by God out of His immense compassion and love to us, if we waste it, how bad would God feel? This time is only in control of God. No one else. That's why Kalaya Namaha, Kala Kalaya Namaha, Kala Titaya Namaha, Kala Damanaya, Kala Srupaya Namaha. It's the names of God. Go and give away all your wealth that you have and try to buy another day in your life, it is not possible. To exchange your position or wealth or power or name or fame with another person and ask him for one day of his life to be given to you, it's not possible. Whatever you may do, once you have lost this moment, this day, this hour, no way you can gain it back. It is gone. Anything that you need to have for your comfort and convenience, you need to pay for it in this world. There is a fee, there is a charge to it. This time which has been gifted by God to you, free of cost, without any charges, without any conditions, we do not understand its value and utilize it well. How unfortunate that is. Especially to the students who are young and they have a long life ahead, it is extremely important that they understand the value of time and not waste it in wrongful ways. Remember, out of compassion and love, God has gifted you this most precious thing which cannot be bought by all the wealth, all the power, all that exists in the world by anyone. How much we must honor this time which is a gift of God and make good use of it by growing spiritually, growing in our own divinity, make ourselves happy and others also. May you all develop the strength of mind to utilize this beautiful time, this most precious gift of God well in your lives. Use it to remove your ego, your attachments, and thereby truly become peaceful and happy. Blessing you thus on this day, I conclude my talk.
Gauri Sutaya